So when living an active life, it's inevitable to have others criticizing our behavior or our results. But how to deal with criticism gracefully? That's the question. Now, when we are criticized, we only have a couple of seconds to decide how to react. So having a way to filter, a system to filter if a comment is genuine or not is key. And I'm using 2 questions to qualify a comment. Question number 1. Is the comment I receive an evaluation or a judgment? An example of an evaluation would be, Olympia, your project did not go smooth and did not meet its due date. I want you to do a better job. No, this is a fact, nothing malicious about it. And evaluations come first, and genuine criticism stops here at evaluation. Malicious critics or people lacking communication skills take the evaluation one step further to judgment. An example of judgment would be, only an incapable team can miss a due date. See the difference? It's a big difference. So, when we deal with judgment, to silence destructive critics requires good communication skills and spontaneity, and most important, a high level of confidence. And here are a few examples which I use and proved as working. So, have you noticed that your comments are not helpful? Or, I reject your judgment. Or, I only engage in respectful conversations. Now, the best is to avoid responding on the moment. Take time if you can, think about the way you want to respond, and then respond. Another takeaway here is to improve your confidence. The more confident you are, the faster and better answers come into your mind. But let's move to question number 2. Is my reaction from my ego or from my values? Many times I cut people off when I receive genuine criticism because my ego is very fast. And also I have a tendency to say no in the first seconds for any suggestions I receive, regardless if they are good or bad. So I trained myself to consciously wait a few seconds before responding. And it works. Other times, my reaction is based on my values like integrity, love, care, vitality, health. It can be anything. So if someone suggests in their criticism actions that are against my values, I respond with, I reject your observations, or I reject what you're saying. Now, but to say it in a shorter way, all the story, I use 2 questions to decide how to react to criticism. Question number 1, is the criticism an evaluation or a judgment? If it's an evaluation, I thank for it and I use it if it's helpful. If it's a judgment, I use the answers I shared with you earlier. Now, question number 2, is my reaction from my ego or from my values? If it's from my ego, I take a few seconds before responding. If it's from my values, I use the answer, I reject what you're saying. Now, ultimately, it does not matter how we handle criticism at a specific moment, but what we do with the useful one, with the good one, even if we ignored it when it was given.